my exposure, my work, my coming into Newbigin, and he's using this language of a missionary encounter with culture. And I'm saying, what in the world is that? What is a missionary encounter with culture? And what he's saying is it's basically what a missionary does when he goes to Hindu culture, and he realizes the categories he uses, the way he lives, all of it is being shaped by the idolatry of the culture. And somehow he's got to find a way forward that faithfully communicates the gospel, faithfully allows him to live the gospel in that culture and make the good news known without allowing it to fall prey to the idolatry of Western culture, of Hindu culture. And so that really began a journey for me. The journey affected me deeply, very quick. I know you want to get in here and ask some questions, so I'll stop in a moment. But here's the journey it started. I'm the end of the 80s. I'm into my PhD work. I'm realizing probably being a pastor is not my main vocation. I need to be in the academy. I'm into my doctoral dissertation, and I'm studying systematic theology, specifically the work of Herman Bavinck. And then I start to realize I don't want to study Western systematic theology. What I want to study is I want to study missiology. I want to study theology from the standpoint of missiology, because this is where Newbigin has got his insights. He's got it from this long tradition of missiology that's been narrowed to a very small part of the theological curriculum. And I realize that this area of missiology has a lot to say to the church today, has a lot to say to the theological curriculum. And so I do something that, Travis, if you do a PhD, don't you dare do this. What I did is I switched horses in midstream. I was finished all my doctoral classwork and orals in systematic theology. And I'm working on Bavinck, and I realized, no, I want to do missiology. And so I had to spend another 10 years studying missiology and reading reading through the whole 20th century of missiology to get to know this area. And I had to get to know Newbigin. I had to get to understand how he fit into this bigger story. And in doing that through those, it wasn't quite a decade, but a little less than a decade, it started to reorient me. And then I was ready to write a dissertation on Lesslie Newbigin. And so I almost got fired from my university because it took so long to get the PhD. But it wasn't because I was being slack or lazy. It was just that I had to get into this whole new area of study, and I had to get into it from a different angle, not as someone who wanted to be a cross-cultural missionary in the colonial paradigm, but missiology that spoke powerfully to what we needed to hear today. So that's my origins in Lesslie Newbigin.